Today we're going to cover how to service a TFT slide valve. Basically, there's only two reasons why you'd want to adjust a TFT slide valve. One is when the nozzle's in the closed position, you're still getting water leaking past the valve. The other reason that you'd want to do some type of an adjustment is for cold weather applications. In some cold weather applications, you want to keep some water running through the hose just so the line doesn't freeze up. So we can also show how to adjust that so that some water always leaks by, but just make sure that you remember when that season is over that you go back and follow the correct procedure to make sure this shuts off. So let's go ahead and start by taking a 3 seconds Allen wrench and unscrewing the small set screws on either side of the valve body. Just kind of back those off. They don't need to come completely out. It's one on either side here. Screw this one. That frees up the front end of the nozzle so that it can be completely unscrewed from the back of the nozzle or the valve section. Once you have the front end taken out and the back end separated, now is a good time to do a quick inspection. The valve seat here, the plug on the back side, is actually what does the sealing against the stainless steel slider inside the valve. So what you want to do is just kind of go along this rim on the outside of the plug and make sure there's no dents, dings, anything that would prevent that slide valve from coming in contact with that plug and creating a leak. So both of these look good. If you do find a nick in this seat at this point in time, this type of seat that has no screw going through the center of it, you can change those out, contact customer service, and we can get you the parts to change that out. Another type that is available from TFT, the older handline versions have an adjustment screw through the center that actually adjusts the initial opening of the nozzle. Those cannot be field adjusted. That needs to come back for factory service. Once you do that inspection, then we can go ahead and reinstall this. First step is to go ahead and close the slide valve, make sure it's in the full closed position. Screw the front end back inside. So you'll notice there's a gap in between the threads there. As you're screwing it in there, you'll see it slow down and then pick back up to make sure you don't cross thread the threads while you're inserting this back inside. Go ahead and screw that all the way in until you feel that plastic plug make contact with the slider. Once you make contact, then go ahead and pull the valve handle open and turn it 1/12 of a turn. Basically, that's equivalent to this white slash here on our labels. Just kind of put your finger there as an indicator, turn it that amount, slide the handle back shut just to kind of lock things in place, and then adjust the screws back. Important step of this process right now is to go ahead and screw this in just till you make contact. Flip it around to the other side. Screw this one in until you make contact, then alternate back and forth. If you jam one screw in and the other one is not tight, it'll shove everything off to one side and you'll have a leak between the valve body and the barrel. Once those are good and tight, should be done. You can actually test your work now also. You can pour a cup of water into the back end and nothing should leak out. And once you open it back up, you'll see everything dump out. You know that you've accomplished the job.